Today on Ballistic Burgers, I am paying tribute to the late, great Ozzy Osbourne with a burger that I've created just for him. I'm calling it the Blizzard of Ozz Blackened Chicken Cheeseburger. Let's get going. I grew up in a very blue-collared family. All my friends were blue-collared families. And the type of music that I listened to, the type of music they listened to, it was the harder rock, your heavy metal, and just the hardcore rock. And Black Sabbath was definitely very high on the music scale that I listened to. I was listening to Black Sabbath. I listened to Ronnie James Dio in his version of Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. The gamut of the really good 80s metal. And graduated in high school in 1982. So that kind of tells you the era where I was. In my younger years, and when I say younger, I mean starting at 18, one of the jobs I had, and a few of my friends as well, at the time, I was like a real musclehead. My friends were, and we were approached actually at the gym, and we were working a job as concert security for all the concerts that were coming to San Diego, including some very hardcore kind of underground punk rock shows and stuff. And again, we're talking early 80s. Shows up in LA. And the cool thing is the boss, the person who ran what we were doing, knew that me and my friends were really into metal. So when a band was coming to one of the venues that we really enjoyed, they would put us like at the mixer or on the side of the stage or something where we really didn't have to work. And because of this job, I actually got to meet a lot of people that were in the industry. Musicians. And as a matter of fact, I had probably about a 20-minute private conversation with Ronnie James Dio, which was a highlight of my childhood. I still remember that. I say my childhood, my youth. But anyway, sadly for me, and I think a lot of people, Ozzy Osbourne passed away a few days ago. And actually the day before today, the day I'm shooting this video, he was laid to rest at their estates kind of near Birmingham, England. And I decided after he passed that I really wanted to do some type of tribute video for him. And I was looking at what he enjoyed eating, and the obvious things would be he loved Chipotle burritos, but I just didn't want to do a Chipotle copycat. That would have been on my other channel. I really wanted to do a burger. And I discovered that he really liked blackened chicken, he liked lasagna, and of course the burritos. He liked curry and like a yogurt sauce that had roasted onions in it or something like that. So I decided to build my burger around this. And it's going to be a ground chicken. We're using the ground chicken thighs that I love doing so much with the skin on, making a special, it's going to be a Greek yogurt red curry sauce. And yeah, I think he would enjoy eating this burger, because I didn't want to go the obvious route again with the burrito. I didn't want to come up with some corny gothic looking burger, with black bun and a bat in it or anything like that. I just wanted to kind of cook something that I think that he would have really enjoyed eating. That's what we're going to do. I want to make this little note right now. I'm going to allow you guys, if you want to watch a movie that I shot in high school. I was 17 years old and I shot it on Super 8. It was before video cameras were even a thing. I shot it on Super 8. I was taking a film class as one of my electives in high school. And it's built around the song War Pigs by Black Sabbath. I'm going to remind you one more time before this video ends, but I want to talk about it after the taste test to kind of outline, because with Super 8, the film reels were very small. I think it was like 5 minutes of film. And this was actually a project for my class. It was like a final project. So we had to do a storyboard. So I just want to take the time to explain what the movie's about, or else you're not going to get it. This is a 17-year-old punk and his friends shooting this video out in the mountains. We're out in the hills actually. But so please, please, please stick around. And this is an unlisted video, so I'm going to show you. You'll be able to watch it, by clicking the link. I'll have the link available. And if you want to share it, feel free to share it. It's not monetized or anything like that, but I think you'll get a kick out of it. All my friends, and then towards the end, I'm also going to kind of tell you where all my friends ended up in life. But yeah, I'm going to kick this off with grinding the meat. Like my last video where I did the chicken burger, I deboned the chicken thighs and I left the skin on. Let's put that in here. When you're grinding meat, you don't want to, just turn it on and start putting the meat in. You want to make sure you get it kind of loaded up first. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm not going to weigh this burger. I'm just going to, I don't want it really, really thin. And I'm going to fashion it based on the dimensions of the buns that I'm using, or the bun I'm using. You just see that fat in this meat. This, for me, completely changed chicken burger. I can't wait to try this with turkey, but I would have never, I like hamburgers. I like regular beef hamburgers, but I would order this in a restaurant. It is that good. Again, it's life-changing, leaving the skin on your chicken when you grind it. All right, let's form the patty. So I'll be using one of my burger rings for this, and basically this is the ring I'm using. It's just a little larger than the bun, the diameter of the bun. So I have a bunch of these rings, and I always compare them to the buns I'm going to be using before I make a burger if I'm going to use this ring. Like I said, I brought out my scale. I'm not going to form this patty based on the weight of the burger. But I kind of am curious how much it's going to weigh, so I will weigh this when I'm done forming the patty. This is going to be so good. There again, that skin in the grind just really changes things. Right there we are. Voila. Now let me get this. Where is it? Get the scale out here. Wow, this is 9 ounces. This is a big chicken burger. Now what I'm going to do is get this chicken patty. Let's look at that though. It's going to be good. You can get this in the fridge, let it kind of chill out a little bit, and we're going to make that Greek yogurt curry sauce for this burger. Excited about that. I have here some Greek yogurt. This is plain unsweetened yogurt. I'm not measuring anything. I'm just kind of going by eyeball, give it a little taste. If I like it, then I'll keep it. If it needs more of this curry, then I'll add more. So red curry paste. Start off with a couple spoons there. Has a cool color. I went with, I was toying around with whether or not I should use a mayo. But then I read that, Ozzy liked this onion yogurt sauce. And I thought I'm going to go with yogurt because it'll add a nice, tanginess to this burger. Yeah, that's good. It's got a nice, it's again that cooling creaminess, but then there's a nice little kind of burn that literally hits the back of your throat. So it's not in your mouth at all. This is really weird, really cool though. I like it. Okay, I'm keeping it just how it is. I don't want it any spicier than this. I like this. I think Oz would like this. All right, now it's time for all of us to pivot to the griddle and cook up this burger for Ozzy Osbourne. All right, I'm running this side of the griddle, medium high, this side on medium. I'll be using this to kind of start toasting the buns and everything like that. So first thing I'm going to do is lay down some duck fat. This stuff is amazing, and again, it just adds that extra special kick on this chicken burger. So this is a Cajun blackened seasoning blend, and it's Cajun's choice. Just bought this at the grocery store. Let me give this a nice press. Wow, I'm already smelling those seasonings. So get some more of that seasoning blend on the top here. And I did bring my thermometer too, just since I'm cooking a pretty thick piece of chicken here. I want to make sure that it's cooked all the way through. Nice. Add some more of that duck fat here. Those buns. Using brioche. These are just, I'm really happy with these buns. Looks good. All right, for 180, so that's good for me. Put on some Havarti cheese. Dome this with my mini dome. Looking good. Wow, look at that. Let's do this. All right, I am kicking this off with some baby arugula. I just think, you know, it's adds that kind of a lettuce effect, but it's got that nice peppery flavor to it. And it has a kind of a cool look. And I'm going with 2 very thin slices of heirloom tomatoes. So that's why it's kind of weird looking, this weird greenish, reddish, brownish color. Heirloom. Get that beautiful chicken patty down. Oh, it smells amazing. Wow. Now I know Ozzy Osbourne liked onions. This is a blend of pickled red onion. I'll have a recipe for my pickled red onion recipe down below, and also fresh red onions. So it's pickled and fresh. So we're going to get that little bit of a bite from the raw red onion, and then that nice acidity and kind of tartness of the pickled onions. So it's going to be a really nice combo, I think. And they look cool, that red color. I absolutely love pickled red onion. Now we'll get that Greek yogurt curry sauce spread here. And we will crown. That is a beautiful, beautiful burger. Now, just a reminder, after I taste this thing to give you my opinion, I'm going to tell you about a very old video I made again when I was 17 years old. And I had it digitized. It's on YouTube, but only a very select few have ever even seen this. But I want to talk about it and give you some context before you go check it out. Anyway, I present the Blizzard of Ozz Blackened Chicken Cheeseburger. This thing is it's a beautiful, beautiful burger. I'm pretty proud of this. It smells really good. I mean, I'm smelling those Cajun spices, that curry. This ground chicken breast stuff, skin on, is amazing. So again, that's a really, really thick thick burger patty right there. I made sure I temped it with my, ThermoWorks before I pulled it. So it's definitely safe to eat. But wow. So I'm getting that Cajun blackened spice burn in my throat, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just a nice kind of endorphin kicking burn. The cheese, the sauce is amazing. Again, it's got that really nice yogurty tang, but the heat from the curry. But there's so much here, that patty's so thick and everything. And then we've got the fresh tomato on there, those heirloom tomatoes. It helps calm everything down. So when you're eating it, it kind of tames the heat, if that makes any sense. That onion blend is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. The pickled onion portion is providing that acid that this burger definitely needs. But then I'm still getting those nice, fresh, yet kind of spicy bites from that raw red onion in here. This is a really good burger. Juice dripping down my hand. From what I read, I think Ozzy would approve. This is good. I'm proud of this burger. Really, really proud of this burger. So anyway, let's talk about my movie. So I was 17 years old. So it was around like 1980, 1981, I guess. And I was in a film class in high school. It was an elective, I used to, take metal shop and auto shop, things like that. And I started getting interested in wanting to do special effects, which I didn't end up doing. But I took a film class. And we had to make a movie. It was for a final. And so the first thing we had to do was write a storyboard. So you had to break down all the scenes. Now realize this is before, everybody had video cameras. Video cameras in the homes literally didn't exist. So I was shooting this on Super 8, which is just film. There's no sound. And you're very limited on effects that you can do. So, and also time. The Super 8, gosh, is it even 5 minutes maybe? I think that one reel is like 5 minutes worth of film. So anyway, again, as I said, my friends and I, we were like hardcore metalheads. And I loved, Black Sabbath. I loved the heavy, grindy music. And so I thought, I'm going to do a video to the song War Pigs. And so the story is, because I need to explain this because you won't get it, you'll just watch what the heck's going on. So realize that during this time in, the early 80s, the action movies were coming out, Rambo and things like this. So basically the movie is some special forces guys were sent out to kill Satan because Satan was trying to destroy the world. And so in however long this video is, that's what's happening. It's just a team of like 3 guys going out trying to kill Satan, and they're attacked by like a demon and everything like this. You'll see, but that's the story of the movie. That's what's going on when you watch it. And again, it was all, I had no time, like one spool of film. So you needed me to explain what's going on so you know what's going on. The movie was silent. So what I did literally in class was I put on an album, of War Pigs playing, and as everybody was watching it, the record was playing. Once I had it digitized, I dropped it into my editing program, and I was able to add a soundtrack to it. And I added some effects, like some pew-pews. Like there's words you can't say on YouTube, being fired, and just some special effects sounds. But this movie is a combination of live action. So my friends are in it, running around up in the hills where we used to go hiking, motorcycling, shooting. And there's also some very crude claymation and also some very crude stop action. You'll see a helicopter coming in. That was a model of a helicopter. And then you'll see the little guys come out. Those are little clay figures. So anyway, I held on to this movie all this time. I'll say that the movie, again, it was in a box in my garage. I mean, I've had it since 19, whatever, like I said, 80 or 81. So it's degraded a little bit, it's a little bit washed out, but you can still see what's going on. So when you see my friends, again, you're going to tell they're rockers, but I want to let you know where they all ended up. One of them became a very, very successful electrical engineer. He started his own business, did a lot of work with companies that contract with DoD. I mean, he was inventing things like microchips that were like for encrypting transmissions through satellites and everything. I mean, some very, very high-tech stuff. Another one of my friends, shortly after high school, went into the Army, airborne, then ultimately Special Forces, like 10th Group, I want to say. And now he's an executive at a very large company in California. Or actually, they're based out of Arkansas. But he's still here. He's in the Central Valley, California. We're still really, really good friends. And he's also a sommelier, just kind of as a hobby, I guess. Another one of my friends in the movie, very kind of recently retired as the assistant chief for the San Diego Fire Department. So he did very well for himself. Me, myself, I don't know if anybody, I usually don't talk about this, but I'm going to. I retired after 30 years with the San Diego Police Department, and the last few years of my tenure, I was running the program for driver's training, the emergency vehicle operations course at the regional academy. So we are training officers and deputies from every agency in the county of San Diego. And I also ran the specialized vehicle training for San Diego Police Department. And I still teach, actually. I still teach at the academy, the driving. So that's cool. And I make videos of me cooking. But anyway, I'll have the link up here so you can watch it. And for those of you, I think on phones it doesn't pop up on the screen. I'll have a link down below so you can watch it. But just know that everybody did very well in life, regardless of what some of the adults were saying to us when we were growing up. We all did well. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, thumb it up if you like it. Ozzy, rest in peace. Cheers.